This is Madden 19. I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see the Buffalo Bills and their rookie quarterback drafted 7th overall, Josh Allen, go head-to-head against Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Bills, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
Here's Tywan Jones on the return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. It's Josh Allen who will be under center, the rookie quarterback who was drafted 7th overall from Wyoming.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap. Jump too quickly.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. It's complete to Jeremy Curley. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. To the air, Allen. It's complete right side to Benjamin. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. The numbers from last week for Benjamin. 4 catches, 52 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
Here we go now. Green.
Now first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to. I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
On 3rd down, here's McCoy. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield.
That's fine, yeah.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
Well, so much for all the time that you spend in practice, because for offensive linemen and running backs to get in sync, that requires a ton of practice time, a ton of watching tape together, a ton of really getting to where you're thinking with one mind on every single play that's called, every single run, because you want to know how your guy's going to block it. They want to know how he's going to run it, what kind of cuts he's going to make, and it's really anticipatory. And when you're really locked in together, you know what he's going to do before he actually does it. On this play, that didn't happen at all, and that turned into a big loss.
Zoom, let's go, hey, let's go, come on. Zoom. Get up.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. The Bills getting set to go. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in the defense that they could hold him.
Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Clinton Dix there for the stop.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Rodgers now to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. the reason they're here, no doubt, was his big performance in the NFC title game, and that's his first catch of the Super Bowl. The numbers for Adams in last week's game: 7 catches, 78 yards, and a touchdown.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
Hey, where y'all going?
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
Hey, 26. Zoom.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. It's Adams. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first.
They'll give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for him, too.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 48-yard line.
Get reset. Hey, easy.
Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now, prior to the snap, we hit all zeros. As time with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. They run it again with Williams. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Zoom.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football.
Still first down.
Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
Patriot!
From the gun, it's Allen. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jake Ryan coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup.
Encroachment, defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Still 3rd down.
They only need a yard here. 3rd down and 1 after the penalty.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
And the penalty is called. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it, but listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game, plus, even if you get the first, you still got a half a field to go. I'll go ahead and punt the football myself.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Get reset. Hey, easy. 3-19.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Adams. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got Adams on the hookup. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get down.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, not it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
We are going.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So after the INT, it's Allen over the middle and caught by the tight end Clay. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. All right, here we go. Green 39.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
Here we go now. 3-19.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We'll remind you once again, coming up at halftime, we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He's got stats and scores from around the NFL as we wrap up the first month of the season.
No longer is he a rookie. The coach, a true veteran now.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So that one will be accepted. Good work that time to get him to jump, and now here's 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Allen, and caught by Curley. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment, defense.
So they don't even need to run a 2nd down play. Give them the 1st.
And typically when we see this jumping, is it usually 3rd down, 4th down? They got him on 2nd down. I think that's a lack of discipline.
Allen to throw once more. That is incomplete. Clay, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the cover. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Allen now on 3rd and goal. They're going over the middle here to Curley. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This is a 26-yard attempt. And Hauschka's kick is good. And the Bills will take a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown one interception. He wants to balance that off with at least one touchdown, Pat.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 49 yards.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab at that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates its way through the entire team, and I can't wait to see what they do on the next down.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender.
Williams loses the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
And that's how you want to start a sequence defensively. That's what we used to call, partner, hello, glad to meet you. Tagged him for a loss.
So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone. A lot to get to here this final day of September. So let's get started. We'll start with two teams that are used to being linked on Thanksgiving. Detroit visiting Dallas. And in the late stages of the first half, it's the Lions who are out in front. The Lions trying to finish that one off and claim victory. From there, we'll head up to Indy to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And this one going the visitors' way as the Texans have the lead in that one. 2 touchdown passes there for Deshaun Watson. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And that one all even as they play the visiting Bucs. In the game you're watching, it's been the rookie, Josh Allen, that's led the way thus far. His guys lead, though by only a field goal. Still anybody's game. As we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off near the 42, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're very deep in the playbook.
And how many times have we been at practice and heard all the other guys chirping about, you know, I used to play quarterback in high school, I can do this, until it becomes a game situation. Not quite the same in many cases.
Yeah, maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming, pick them up. And someone jumped.
Green 39.
Now Allen. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
On second down, it's McCoy. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The 6-time Pro Bowler, Clay Matthews. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Over the middle, complete. It's Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 48-yard line.
Get reset. Hey, easy. Hey. No.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down. That fits the bill.
Hey, we're all going.
On second down, Williams. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it third down.
Jump out! Jump out! Green 19's an idea.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And Graham's got it over the middle. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Two former All-Pros connecting. Rodgers finding his tight end, Graham. Packer first down. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Excellent. Check. Get reset. Hey, easy. On. Green 19.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Jerry Hughes on the stop.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Hey, 626.
Here's Rodgers to throw on second down. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Mercedes Lewis, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Crosby on now to kick it away. Now Jones. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
No. Check. Patriot. Let's go. Blue landed.
On first down, Allen. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. The Bills on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing his Allen on third. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? It creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
They'll run it with Williams. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Zoom.
Looking to throw on second down. Rodgers got his man complete over the middle. It's Graham. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau.
Let's go, come on.
Rodgers now looking to throw on second down. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit.
It's caught inside the 25. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 22-yard line.
That's fine now.
Williams. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. It's Vontae Davis, the Pro Bowler, in on the stop. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
To throw is Rodgers. To throw on second down. Escaping the pressure right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now Rodgers on the bootleg. His throw incomplete. Phillip Gaines there defensively. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
To throw on 2nd down. Rodgers dancing to his left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Here's Rodgers to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the... Football back. And now out come the Bills. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. And give them 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Here we go.
Now Allen to throw on 3rd down. Looking for his tight end Clay, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Trying to get it to Clay that time.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Oh, no, he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game, but they were in what was really called 4-minute offense, and that's practice, meaning taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play here for Buffalo. .45 yards. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And his throw here is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Allen will try again on 2nd down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down. Meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Kelvin Benjamin, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. Jackson now to return. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return. Some
good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. On first down, Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. That's Graham. And he'll go down at the 28. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Williams running left. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Packers have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Crosby on now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Josh Allen and the Bills offense back onto the field. And this is a spot where you can learn a lot about a young quarterback.
And that's why they brought him into the organization. Because you don't just bring them in strictly for their talents. You think that they have that something special in them that will allow them to function in these types of situations. Now it's time for them to be clinical and not emotional. You know your play sequence. You know what has to get done. Get the ball to the right people, get out of bounds, and get it downfield and try and score.
Yeah, he's trying to earn his stripes here for a winning drive. Man open right side, it's the tight end Clay. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. He's back to throw, and able to find Curley. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Quick slant there, gets him the first down, 6 yards on the play. He'll look to throw. Benjamin with it over the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Bills passing game, getting them down the field. They've got another first down. Back to throw. Over the middle and caught by the tight end Clay. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. They'll look to throw. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over. So a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That may have happened to him in that situation.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Nick Perry in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. One final try here for Allen. The man is Holmes. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
Now Allen. This will be caught at about the 5. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Here we go now. Green 39.
To throw is Allen. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Clay Matthews in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Well, no doubt an electrifying finish to have it down inside the 10-yard line. That final shot, though, they couldn't get it in the end zone, and that's all she wrote.
And they had the final shot. The last snap taken that close to the end zone. They don't get it in, so they'll regret that. But flip it over, making a stand in that portion of the field, congratulations to them.
So for Green Bay, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
how you can improve your team.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Coming up, the newly minted $137 million man, Jimmy Garoppolo, and the San Francisco 49ers go head-to-head against Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or...
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
An encroachment penalty here, maybe just a mental lapse, partner.
Sometimes you have to just watch the football. Make sure it's snapped before you're jumping.
So that last penalty making this 3rd down much more manageable. 3rd down, 4 yards to go. To throw is Garoppolo. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down. They run it with McKinnon. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched the ball last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Really nice pickup on 1st down. Leaves them with 2nd and short. And you figure, let's go ahead and run it again. But, boy, that outcome leaves you in a difficult 3rd down, doesn't it?
Didn't stand a chance from the start. You could tell they were going in the wrong direction. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. That's to the right side. Complete to Kittle. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And Gold is able to put it through. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. And that right there is something we've seen, I don't know, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Get reset. Hey, easy. Get on going.
The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. The numbers for Williams a week ago, very productive. 3 touchdowns, 2 of them on the ground, 1 through the air.
And it will always be a compliment to say that a guy's got a nose for the end zone, and he sure had it last week.
If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Hey, 626. Yeah, Liz.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They try the left side here with Williams. And some space here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big game.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 36. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, He's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Williams trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And a look now at the defensive starters for San Francisco.
And when you make an investment in a position, defensive line is a great place to do it, and the 49ers have done exactly that. Solomon Thomas, 2017 draft. Eric Armstead, 2015. DeForest Buckner, 2016. They should be a formidable defensive front.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on. Get reset, hey, easy. Hey.
Again, it's Williams. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Zoom.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Now Williams. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Now I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy.
Touchdown, Packers! Jimmy Graham, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6.
Aaron Rodgers no longer has a safety blanket named Jordy Nelson to utilize in the red zone anymore. But picking up Jimmy Graham, that's a heck of a consolation prize. Remember, Jimmy Graham has had 4 seasons of 10 touchdowns or more, including 10 with the Seahawks in 2017.
Crosby with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Crosby on now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Here's McKinnon. And it pushes way up to about the 44 here. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Jake Ryan able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll be just an 18-yard punt, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watch the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, the ball never hits the ground there either.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to take it down to the 40. That goes for a gain of 31.
Really good recognition of the offensive line of the blitz. They picked it up, allowed for more time to throw the ball deep downfield, and a big-time completion.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Looking deep, and this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Packers. Devontae Adams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Now, he's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain.
And it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him. If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle, hit him a bunch during the game, and try and keep him in front. If you turn your head for a second, if your concentration wanes,
bye-bye.
He just takes off and goes, and I think that's what we just saw there.
Extra point up and good by Crosby, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays, the long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball and where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play, you did. So you got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10.
Get reset. Hey, easy.
On the ground, this is Williams. And some room to work. Oh, it spins again. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. 34 yards there and a 1st down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. But they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, it created a big run.
Hey, let's go. Come on. Hey, check 26. Zone.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers add on to their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Extra point try now for Crosby. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Crosby on now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Josh Jones in on the stop.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Now Garoppolo throwing on second. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tremont Williams. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Crosby with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
So this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
And he did rush coming, and he's taken down. Mike Daniels in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
We got three, fellas. Like 80, like 20.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. A dump down to McKinnon. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A pretty good mark there. They needed 14. They got 14 on 3rd down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
So a defensive brain lapse there and an encroachment penalty.
Sometimes when you don't watch the football and make sure that it's snapped, you're watching the offensive player, and they can influence you occasionally and look like they're getting ready to move, and the officials don't detect it.
The tight end Kittle has it on the left side, and he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
It's a gain of 7, and it's a second down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. A dump down to McKinnon. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. This is first and goal from about the 8. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's second and goal. On second down, here's Garoppolo. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's third and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? Garoppolo now on third and goal. Toward the pylon, caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. In for the score. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Gold with the extra point, and the lead is down to 28-10. Jackson now to return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. On first down, Rodgers steps away to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Jeremiah Tauchu in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. From there, let's get over to the Rockies to check out the Broncos at home in Denver. And it was the visiting LA Rams who get the victory in that one. Cooper Kupp, well over 100 yards receiving with 3 touchdown catches. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And things didn't work out for them as they fall to the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. 31-10 was the final score. In our game has been Aaron Rodgers, who was on target in the first half. His guys had the lead at Lambeau as we send you back up to Green Bay and rejoin Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. Jackson now to return. he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Get reset. Hey, easy. We all going. Check 99.
They start the second half here with Williams. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Yeah, Liz.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Zoom.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on. Get reset, hey, easy. That's fine, yeah. Motion.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. Jerry Atauchu brings him down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Reset, hey, easy. Hey, we all going. Slam.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Well, get reset. Hey, easy. Oko over here. Tighten up. No.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Let's go, come on.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Now Rodgers from the gun on 3rd down. He's got Adams on the hookup. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And they open the lead up now to 25. Crosby on now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Throw right side taken in by Pettis. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. That'll go in the books as just a 16-yard punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Hey, reset. Hey, easy. We are going. No.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he's got some space here. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play,
and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers on fire. His 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Packers continue to roll.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Crosby on now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. Garoppolo to his tight end, Kittle, for a Niner first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical. Spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. Back now at Lambeau. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. He got 29 yards that time. Garoppolo now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now McKinnon. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. Remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck roll that they can fall back on anymore.
Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Dante Pettis, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers get a score closer. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting runs. So much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had to feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Marching back onto the field now, Devontae Adams and company getting set to go. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
But Brandon Pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bafima Bagley, used to say, don't go Prestige.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Packers. Devontae Adams, 77 yards. And the Packers are pouring it on.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
She's singing too.
Oh, she's singing.
She's on like the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. the party was over.
Now Crosby for the point after. Crosby with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Crosby on now to kick it away. Here's Dante Pettis on the return. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. They're the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles.
Backward pressure, and down he goes. Jake Ryan in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
McKinnon, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Well. Get reset. Hey, easy. Hey.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Oh, look at that. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Get reset. Hey, easy. Shift. Switch.
A give to Jones. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And it's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Rodgers throwing here. He's going to let this one go. He's got it at the 15. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. 48 yards.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe. They're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
It's 2nd and goal. Back to the 8-yard line now. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Packers, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.